All right, we are getting out of the gym. I got my other phone today. We got a little bit more energy. I was excited to come in here. Did work overtime. I told you guys Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm off 2 days. So it is Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Tuesday, January 20th. So I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I worked last night, which was Monday. And then I'm going to work tonight again, Tuesday, because I work night shift. This is Tuesday right now, so I'm about to go home, go to bed. That's 5 days already. And then I'm scheduled another 2 days, and that's the schedule. If you're starting to catch on, you're watching every day, that's good. You're good. Come on. You're good, yep. Some lady was passing by. But, yeah. Dang, and then she had to wait right here for somebody else, so they let her by. But, I did legs today. Bro, let me tell you, dude. Hold on, this guy, sorry. This dude was reversing. He had to stop and wait for the lady that just passed behind me, and then he had to wait for me. But, bro, I did legs. I'm getting pimples right here. You see that? Because at work, it's irritated. At work, I had to have my ski mask on. It was freezing. My ears it felt like they were going to fall off. So I had to have my ski mask on, and it kept getting itchy. So I was touching with my hands through here, and I guess the germs or bacteria or whatever got through the mask. Like, 'cause this is a ski mask, like shiesty, what the YNs. Get the fuck out of here. All right, like him. And I kept touching my face, trying to itch it, and now I can feel the pimples coming in. That's why I tell you, people are nasty, bro. And I literally today, once I was itching my head, my chin, my chinny chin, I was like, I gotta wash my hands. I washed my hands like 10 times today, bro. Because I just kept itching, and I was like, if I keep touching my hands and itching, I'm going to break out more. You can already start to see it. Look. You see those 2 pimples? That is not normal, bro. That means there's some nasty people in there. Like, that I understand a couple of days. Maybe I get a pimple after a day, or the bacteria is fighting whatever's going on right there. You know what I mean? But that means whatever I'm touching has got to be the most disgusting thing known to man that is breaking out my face almost immediately, bro. This literally just happened. I'm itching even right now, but I've been washing my hands. I did talk to the lady at the front counter. I talked to her. Hold on. I don't know why this light's not turning green, but I'm hungry, bro. I talked to the lady at the front. There's like there's a room in there with a mirror, bro. Like a mirror. Like the whole wall is just a mirror, right? I can go in there and pose, bro. Like, I could get in there, take my shirt off, and, really pose. I thought it was like a little yoga section for, specific people. I thought you had to pay to get in there. Talked to the lady at the front. I was like, hey, is that room, I'm going to show you guys are going to see. I'm going to start posing in there, take my shirt off, get butt-ass naked in there. Security, get him out of here. Nah, but I wanted to show you guys my leg pump, bro. I did legs today. I was so excited at work. That's why I love legs, because when I'm at work, I can see my leg muscles, when I'm working and stuff. I can see it through my pants, bro. That junk feels good, knowing that you're working hard on something that nobody else is really trying to work for. A lot of people do not like working out legs, a lot. And almost every single person I've ever worked out with in the 5 years I've been working out on and off, right? I don't think I've met anybody who's willingly went in there and trained legs, bro. And I'm telling you right now, I love training legs. I love going in there, hitting my legs, and understanding which muscle group is being worked, bro. And right now, I got the nastiest leg pump. I can feel my muscles are literally crying, dude. And I love working out the legs because it feels like it's one of the muscles that you can push past its limits, and it feels like nothing's gonna happen. I think the quad is the biggest muscle in your body. I don't know. But, bro, I think it is. I gotta check. But, dude, doing squats and then, bent over rows, RDLs, anything, bro. Hamstring extensions, whatever the thing is called. Bro, I want you guys to see my leg progress, because now that I understand how to work the teardrop muscle, that's gonna start coming in, and I want you guys to see that muscle start to develop. I want you guys to see the small workouts that I'm doing. Like I've said before, that I'm not gonna record every single workout, but I'm gonna show just enough so you see what I'm working out and how I'm working out. But yeah, it was a good day at work. I was on another line learning a little bit more. I was working on one of the older machines and trying to really learn it. And one thing I can say, bro, for the people that are growing up or anything, or anybody who's watching, going back, rewatching these videos, as you get older, you know what bro, hold on, before we get into that, I have realized that I be saying, you know what I mean, a lot. Because I told you guys I watch the videos, right? I'll rewatch my own videos, and I hear myself, bro, it's weird, because I literally laugh at something I say. I'm like, dang, he funny as hell. Bro, that's weird, bro. Like, when I'm laughing, I'm sitting there I'll laugh, I'm dying. I'm looking at watching the video, I'm like, bro, this dude is so dumb right now. I lock in, I'm like, hold on, wait. What are we doing? You know what I mean? That joke is, I don't know. That joke is weird, bro. You know what I mean? Look at that. But if you pay attention, start paying attention now, or go back and rewatch some of the videos. I started noticing it, and this is my problem, that I critique myself so much that even small stuff like that, y'all probably didn't even realize. But look out for it now. I'll probably be talking throughout other videos, and I'll be like, you know what I mean? I kept hearing myself say that. I'm like, what is wrong with me? You know what I mean? My bad. But dude, like, there's a big mirror in that room, bro. And once I get my workouts done, I don't have to show every workout, but we're getting the schedule together. You see it, right? The clips have changed a little bit. You know, I'm getting my study in still. Like, bro, it's coming together, and this feels way better. I feel better. I don't know, y'all probably, I get comments too. Bro, come on, you gotta stop yapping, you blabbering. I get those too, I get messages like that too. Don't think that I just get supportive messages all the time. And those messages, I see them, they slide right off my back, because whenever it works, and eventually it's gonna work, you know, God willing, then you getting ignored, bro. I'm not playing with you. Those little slick back comments, you know, I don't play with that, bro. I really don't, because those backhanded comments, those little jokes that people try to slide in, and you know, as you get older, you'll start to understand that those aren't really jokes, bro. Those are people really throwing shots at you. I don't really try to throw jabs at people like that, or throw jokes at people like that, because it doesn't feel good, especially with something that you really care about. You know, imagine somebody throwing a jab at you, or joking, or calling it dumb, or da-da-da. If you're doing that, you gotta log in, bro. Log in. You know what I mean? Dang, this dude right up on me, bro. What is he? I'll brake check him. You know, we gonna get that PC right now. But I got a lot of energy. When I was, like I said, I was at work, right? I was just looking at my legs. While I'm walking, you can start to see my leg muscle come out through my pants, bro. And like, I'm walking, I'll just look down, I'm like, dang. Like, it feels good when you're looking at the things that you're working for, start to, you know, build a little bit of momentum. Your muscles, your job, your schooling, you know, even with the 5th grade math problems that I got right now, you know how rewarding it feels that I'm actually, and yeah, it sounds a little like, come on, really, Sollracz, Carlos, 5th grade math problems, you feeling self-accomplished for that? Yeah, bro. Because when I was a kid, when I was messing around, my learning style was very different from what is taught in schools. And I thought because I wasn't learning as fast as everybody else, or, you know, picking up on it, or just from what the teacher would say, people could catch up on it like that. Some people are built that way. Holy shit, there's a cop right here. I'm pulling the windows down, and it's a red light. Dang, that. There's a motherfucking guy right there. You want me to show you? Look. Is he looking over here? Is that the Grim Reaper? My bad. He gonna see me on the phone. Hold on, where's he going? Nah, he went straight. But yeah, bruh. He's kind of going slow. It looked like he want to hit a U-turn on me, bruh. Pull these windows back up. It doesn't, during the day, they don't look like they're tinted, right? But they're blacked out. At night is when I'm in it a bit squinting, you know? Binoculars active. But, what was I even saying? See, this is the problem. I get so caught up in so many things. I'm about to be home right now. You know those $600 worth of groceries that I bought, bro? I bought oranges. I brought mangoes, kiwi, grapes, 2 rotisserie chickens fully cooked. I don't give a damn. And I ate them. I was walking around, got all the things that I needed, you know, healthy beans and all this and that, whatnot. Some almond milk, low calorie. I think it's like 80 calories per serving, or 30, I don't know. Low calories, because we get in that model face car. Everything is improving. And I remember talking to my sister about this. It's like once you keep improving, everything's slowly falling into place. You know what I mean? You're slowly grooving around, you know, dipping oil onto the, why is this dude still behind me? This is the same dude from earlier, bro. What is going on? Y'all can't even see him in the rear view. This dude is literally right on me. Sollracz, please, can I get an autograph? Lock in, bro. But dude, I'm so excited. I've been looking at the PC parts. We just jumping everywhere, bro. At this point, if you listening, you like, hey, bro, we going from A topic to all the way to Z. What's going on? Keep it organized. Go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What are we talking about? But dude, the PC at work, like on my breaks, bro, I was literally watching PC builds, like how to build it, what's working with the CPU, the GPU, like the AIO or whatever the heck that, bro, these are terms that I didn't know a week ago. That's what I'm saying. Like, this was foreign. We're going to talk a little bit, you know, before we go in there. Same thing as always, you know, I want to show you guys the workouts. I got to start being a little better with that and actually take you guys in the gym. But it's just, there's a lot of people, just bear with me, video by video. You're slowly even starting to see me improve now, changing up the clips and just, you know, you're watching what I say. What I say at the beginning. You're watching the beginning of something great. Ooh, mechanical engineer. That's what I'm saying. Now I know that I can really be an engineer, bro. I didn't know, like, the school system is starting to make sense. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It feels weird. Like, it feels good because I was at work, right? And I feel excited right now. I feel happy, but you got to keep in mind that growing up, I felt so dumb, bro. Even the teachers, they would say that I had no potential. Not all of them. I told you there would be teachers that would sit here and see my gifts and acknowledge it. And I told you that was nice. There's people like that. They see your character and they see that you're not the same as everybody else. And they applaud you for that because you're different, because you're unique. You know, that was those teachers for me. But the majority of teachers hated me. And maybe it was my fault. Maybe it was because I was messing around. So, you know, dude, I was bad. I was bad, bro. Literally, if I was a teacher and I had me in my class, I'm not even calling the parent. I'm not calling nobody's parent. Hey, Carlos, come over here real quick. Huss. Yo, the classmate's literally going to be scared. Whole class is going to be locked in for the rest of the year. Mr. Sotelo, what happened to Carlos? Don't ask about it. You want to end up like it? I'll literally be a banging teacher, bruh. Everybody get down right now. Give me 20. Oh, shit. Oh, Rebecca didn't do the homework? Start running laps around the classroom. Yo, who the fuck? No, just get lock in, bro. Lock in. Bro, look, also when I worked at McDonald's, I used to run that motherfucker like the military. I've said it before on the streams, but we're going in and I'm retelling a bunch of stories so that they're on video. The streams are they're here and gone. There's streams that I have that nobody's ever going to be able to see again unless you recorded a clip. And God forbid it's not a bad clip because I said some crazy things in those streams. I don't know what I said, but I know one day it's going to come back to haunt me. Yo, Sollracz, what is this? You know, that's when AI is going to be really advanced. That's AI. That's AI. Wait, hold on. But isn't the curvature of your booty cheeks the same thing? And look at the booty line. Hold on. Your booty hole is literally dark, just like in this video. We're going to edit that out. But, yeah, bro. Like, where was I at? We touching on so much. I think it's because I'm boosted up for my leg workout. Like, bro, I want you guys to see the full leg workout. Like, full leg workout. That junk is nasty. It gets wicked in there. Like, y'all probably like, bro, what are you even talking about? Just hurry up and go to sleep so you can get up again for work and get the next day done. We trying to see the streams. Dude, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I feel good about my streaming. Not once have I ever felt bad. And if you know me in real life, I talk about it all the time. This is the year. This is the year. That's how passionate you got to be, and that's how passionate I am. If you're not that passionate about something, then it's not really your passion. You know, if you're down on yourself, then you don't really want it bad enough. There's days, yeah, where I feel doubtful, and I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And, you know, in those days, I still try to put my best foot forward. I still go up and I get to the gym. I go to work. I do what I got to do. Even at work, there's times when I'm working, and it feels terrible, and I'm doubting myself. I'm like, bro, I'll look around, and I'm like, maybe this is it. You know, there's times where I have that, and then I'll get right back up, lock in, start working, sweeping, doing something, clear my mind, and then, you know, eventually the thought leaves my head. But as long as you're doing what you need to be doing when the moment, like when things get hard, imagine when things are going good. You see what I mean? Imagine when things start going in your favor. If anything, it's like little tests. There's a cat right now over there. Like, where are these cats coming from? The other day, there was like 3 cats over here. Hey, where's the cat lady at? What cat lady? The one that had 10. I'm just kidding. Dude, they're like migrating over here. I don't got food for y'all, bro. What do y'all? Please. Because I'm telling you, my ex, Catrice, used to be feeding them, bro. Like, there's a little baby cat right now. Just, I'm not going to show around the area. Some of y'all already know where I'm at. I'll get messages. Hey, I want you to know I know where you live. Huh? Huh? What do you mean? That's bad. Hopefully I don't blow up living here because I love living here. This feels like a home to me, bro. Like, I love it here. I love it here. Like, I've worked hard for where I'm at. I love it here, bro. It feels like a home. You know what I mean? It feels homey. It feels homey. Is that even a word? But let's touch up on the math a little bit. We touched up on other stuff. We touched up on the PC. On the math, what I was trying to get at is that I've been watching a lot of videos trying to understand the PC parts. And a lot of that is math. Like, when you get into the GPUs, the CPUs, and how it's all put together and made, those are like equations and stuff. Like, I don't understand them yet. You know what I mean? But I'm just thinking, I'm like, hold on, wait. So this is what I was learning in school. And this is why I'm saying that, like, work without goals is like pointless, you know. And hold on, let me elaborate on that. That probably confused you, because it kind of confused me. You see how I kind of started to get it out. Goals without work is pointless. No, hold on, wait. They both go hand in hand. Whether you flip it over or whichever way you flip it, goals and work, you know, you substitute them. I'm rambling right now, right? But work without goals is pointless. There you go. Work without goals is pointless. Repeat it in your head. My bad. So that basically means if you're working and there's no goal, it's pointless. A lot of the people, look at the glare from the crack on the screen. A lot of people that I've worked with, they have no goals, they have no passion, they don't want to do anything, and they come in, and what do? Every job, you got that person that's just sitting on their phone. They don't care. There's no goals. You talk to them, you know, I talk to people all the time. They have no passion, they have nothing. They just, bare minimum, they're here to live, they're here to die. If anything, they're here to do wrong in the environment. They cause the most trouble. They just on their phone, they don't care. You tell them something, they mad. They get upset, you know what I mean? Because they have no goals. But when you have a goal, the work becomes so easy. And that's what brings me back into the math and everything. Because growing up, there was no goal. There was just work. That's what I was piecing together at work today. Because I was like, hold on. Because I'm watching videos on like the PC parts, right? And I'm like, wait, this is actually way easier than I thought. I used to look at PC people that built their PCs, and I used to be like, hold on, that's way out of this world. I could never understand that. I'm going to leave that to somebody else. I'm going to pay somebody to do it. But since with these past few years of experience and working jobs, a lot of the stuff you learn is troubleshooting. Think about it, bruh. Like, that's what I'm saying. Consistent. There's just so much, dude. And I'm just going to sit here and talk. And I get excited about it because it feels like I'm puzzling pieces together. That's what it feels like, bruh. And like, you probably looking at me like, come on, lock in, bro. Really? Are you serious, Carlos? This is what's got you excited? Yes, bro, because when I was younger, I felt so dumb, dude. You don't understand. It's starting to piece together now that I can really do whatever I want to do. The math, I used to think I was just bad at math. A lot of maybe the people watching, probably you think you're bad at math. But you just probably haven't stuck with it long enough to fully understand it. And we have a lot more help now with AI and like research and online, you know. You're not limited to the teacher in your town. You know what I mean? You could go on your phone and search up videos or ask AI and it'll explain it to you like you're a kid. You don't get it? Hey, re-explain that to me. And that's only going to get more advanced and we're only going to get smarter. You see what I mean? That's why I don't understand why people say with AI, people get dumber and da-da-da. If you use it the right way, you could advance, you could grow so much, bro. Imagine AI, like, a lot of the videos that I'm learning with the GPU, CPU, all that, they're AI made. Like, if you go on YouTube right now, even with the Roth IRA and stuff like that, back then, I learned the Roth IRA and my savings account, my finances, summing it up. I had to manage my money through a person talking to a video like this. Graham Stephan, that's his name. I don't know. Eventually, you probably search him up if you want to. You probably not. That's probably just another name for you. But for me, I would watch every single one of his videos. A guy sitting like this and explaining it to you. Hours, 30 minutes. He'd be, okay, and then you want to do this, and this is why this works like that. Now it's different. Now you go on YouTube, and a lot of the stuff is explained by AI. Like, you could go on there. I could probably scroll through my YouTube right now, and there's going to be like an AI video of like finances or something. How to say it. My internet's not working. I'm outside. But really, a lot of this stuff is like, that's what I'm saying. We could pick up a lot more. And I'm just talking. I just got out. I had a good workout. I had a good day. I learned a lot at work, and I'm picking up, and I'm like sponging stuff right now. Like, I'm a sponge. You know how a sponge soaks up water or whatever it is? It feels like that right now. I'm picking up on a lot. And my brain, your brain is like a muscle. You know, you got to work it. That's what it is. Just like your biceps, your triceps, anything. It's a muscle. You know, you're not dumb, but you got to work the muscle. With the math equations and all that, I used to think I was just dumb, and I shut myself off to it, and I was like, there's no point in school. Screw this. I'm going to make the teacher's life a living hell. Watch this. And I did. I used to be locking the teacher out of the classroom. Hey, y'all, nobody open the door. Hey, you know what bro, and that just brings me excitement now because that was funny, bro. I don't care. I'll go back and I'll do it again. This time, fully loaded automatic. Lock in. Dude, I'm telling you, I used to be locking the teacher out the door. I was bad, bro. One time, hold on, I don't know if this is self-incriminalization or something. What is it? Self-criminalizing? I don't know. There's a term for it. But I'm going to say allegedly or once upon a time, right? Once upon a time, I was in the bathroom. I put my 2 feet up on the wall. You know, we had bathroom time, middle school, right? Put my 2 feet up on the wall, grab the urinal. Girls, y'all don't have urinals unless, you standing up and you taking a piss and somehow there's a urinal in the women's bathroom. But a urinal is basically where the guys stand up and they pee, right? And then there's, I'm not going to explain to you how the bathrooms are made. Come on, lock in. Get to the story. Everybody's bathroom time, right? Teacher standing outside waiting for everybody to come in and out. Bathroom time. I think it was after lunch break. You eat and you got to take a dookie. You know what I mean? A doodle, or you got to pee, right? So after lunch, we get in our bathroom time, right? Everybody's going in and out of the bathroom. This is my time to shine. I go in the bathroom. I got an audience. You know what I mean? I've always been like, hold on, there's a bunch of people. It's time to perform. Shit. I put my 2 feet on the wall. Grip the urinal, right? Where you flush it. Put my 2 feet up on the wall. Already, you can tell I'm on some type of business that I'm not supposed to be on. Other students looking. Oh no, here he go. What's he gonna do? I start tugging on the urinal. I'm about to rip this shit off the wall. My bad, I'm cussing. I'm tugging on it. What is driving me to do this? I don't know. That's just how attention deprived I was at home. I remember a teacher told me that one time. That just hurt my feelings. It was like, he pulled me out to the class. We'll get back to the story. He was like, let me talk to you. I pissed him off so bad. This was at another school, way in Kernersville. I pissed him off so bad. Actually, matter of fact, this teacher got certified pedophilia in his name now. He's certified. He went and did some shit. I caught up with some people from that school. Certified pedophile. He got the certificate. He's on the watch list. Congratulations. That's what happened when you fucking with the wrong one. That karma's gonna get you. Shit. But yeah, we're not gonna say his name just for his safety. He pulled me out of class. And he was like, is there something wrong with you? Do you not get enough attention at home? And I'm just looking at him like I don't know what to say. What do you want me to say? Yeah, no. And he's like, you better cut it out or you're going home. I don't even know what he said. He probably didn't even say. He probably said you're going to the office, but I know he threatened me. Okay, I walked back into class, and then he walked out. He went to go do something. The other students was like, what did he go talk to you about? I was like, I don't know, but I said I don't care. That fuck talking to, bro? Slap your ass. The fuck is he talking to? I was scared. When he had me in the hallway, yes, sir. Please don't call my mom. Psych. I lied. All right, look. What did he have to do with the point of the story? Oh. Because I was so attention deprived, he told me that. He was like, do you not get enough attention at home? But looking back on it now, that's more than likely why. My parents was always working, so now you know me from school, and you were like, what is going on inside his head? Sollracz's head? Probably because whenever I would go home, I didn't get enough attention and felt lonely, neglected, this and that. The list goes on and on like a Christmas list, right? So when I got to school, we gonna make everybody's day. You know what I mean? And that we're gonna do that by locking the teacher out of the class, bullying the teacher, why are her fat ass feet hanging off of her slides? I remember there was a teacher, she was so big, her feet were so massive, she wore sandals one day, the whole class was cooking on her. They're like, look at those big ass feet. Your big ass feet don't fit on those little ass sandals. They crying for help. The sandal was getting sucked in by the core of her foot. You know how your foot got a little hump in there? The sandal was gone. You know how you stick the tongue at the top of your mouth? That's how the sandal was on the foot. The damn shit was glued. I remember I was just cooking. I was like, I got sent out. Yo, what are we at? 24 minutes? All right, this is already too long, bro. I got to start with these story times and start getting in the gym more to show y'all what I'm actually working out, because slowly but surely I'm going to start improving on my physique, and you guys are, like I said, you guys aren't just going to be able to see the progress day by day. I'm just going to pop up with a video. My body's going to be completely different, and you didn't get to see none of the training or nothing. So I got to be consistent with that and stop talking so damn much. But back to the story. Let's resume. You got a little bit of context clues, details. We in the bathroom, lunchtime. Everybody's walking in. Feet already on the wall. I'm off the floor. I'm fully off the floor. I got my hands like a motorcycle. Think of a motorcycle, and my feet are plunged up on the wall. I'm levitating. The only thing that's keeping me grounded is the force from my feet pushing up against the wall and my hands tugging on the urinal. Like I said, I don't know what's got me doing this. More than likely, I'm attention deprived. I see a crowd. We gonna get crazy. I was like, I'm about to find out what happens when you tug too hard on a urinal. Fa! Damn, hat flying and shit. I didn't have a hat. I actually had hair. I'm pulling it, right? And then, I'm like, hold on, I got this bitch. Water starts spurting out the damn urinal. Oh, shit, what did I expect? That's not what I expected. If anything, that's what I expected, but that's not what I wanted to happen. But then, everybody's laughing. I did my job. You know what I mean? Everybody's laughing. But then, hold on, I didn't process this. The bathroom's gonna flood. Yo, what am I doing, bro? Everybody's laughing. They all trying to scatter. There's water spewing everywhere. They shut the bathroom down. Yo, I'm gonna finish this story and I gotta go eat, bro, because I gotta work tonight too, bro. They shut the bathroom down. There's no cameras in the bathroom. Everybody goes running out of the bathroom laughing. There's just water spewing in there. Everybody's trying to get out because whoever's last in the bathroom is probably going to be the one that gets caught up, right? The teacher's going to be like, what were you doing in there? Why? Everybody goes running out. The people giggling. To the teacher, it just looks like a bunch of little boys playing and like fucking little kids running out of the bathroom laughing. We come out there laughing. Why are y'all being so loud? And then we go to the class. They sit us down. The next day, I think, or when we class transition, I don't remember, but I remember seeing just water flowing from the bathroom, bro. I know the next day they had a sign on the bathroom and they were freaking interrogating our class saying, give us a name. Who did that to the urinal? Yo, there was a class snitch. That one motherfucker in the class who just wants to be perfect and snitch on everybody for no gain. You're not getting paid. I understand at a job. Hey, this motherfucker's not doing his job. Can I get a pay increase? Gotcha. I'm here to improve the company. At school, what do you gain? Hold on, wait. Matter of fact, if anything, you probably get good grades. Nah, they don't give a damn. Thank you for snitching. You just failed your test as well. Get the fuck out of my class, But I remember the class snitch. He was kind of worrying me, bro. He was like, dude, that's messed up. You shouldn't have done this. I'm gonna say something. If they ask me, I was like, you say something, I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth in. Oh shit! No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. If anything, I just pulled a knife out, pressed it up against his stomach. I said, I want you to try. Top 10 things that never happened. Nah, but I think I did threaten him a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did it like backhanded though, and I thought I ate. I thought I did something. I was like, I wish you would snitch, something like that. He ain't snitch. That's all you need is a little sprinkle. I thought I was doing something though. Somebody would have said it to me. I'm like, watch this. Raise my hand, teacher. We got him. And then I would have been, shit. He actually snitching. Watch this. All right, bro, we get to the end of the story. Long story short, I was neglected, didn't get enough attention at home, so I went at school, and I was just a badass little kid. I needed my ass whooped. And, yeah. Where do we get from point A to point B from this story to math and all this other stuff? I don't know, bro, but we're going to go inside, eat something, and get ready for tonight because we got another long day of learning. They got me on the older line. I'm trying to learn, pick it up. You know what I mean? Advance, grow in the company, and also grow in real life. Grow in every area. I'm like a little parasite. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but shit. We're growing, like a tree in its roots, just growing. And eventually through years, whenever I'm 30, 40, that tree is already sprouted and it can't be moved. Shit, that's a good ass analogy, bro. Hold on. Motivational speaker. Shit. All right. I can't wait for you guys to see the PC. I'm going to put it piece by piece. I don't know how it's going to work. I want my grandma to go to the micro center with me. I don't know if I'm going to order it online. There's a lot that's going on. But there's a goal in mind. And every single day I'm working towards that goal so it doesn't feel like work. That's what I was getting at the beginning. Goals, you have to have work behind them, right? And also vice versa. Work has to have a goal. You know, you have to go and do what you want. You got to do, but there has to be a goal in mind or it's not going to last long. With the gym, if you're just going to the gym, showing up every day, you don't know what's going on, you don't have a goal. Hey, at least I want to work out 20 minutes every single day for the whole year. If you don't have that goal written down, saying you don't hold yourself accountable, it's not going to happen. Versus somebody who just goes to the gym, whatever, whenever they don't feel like it, they don't have that goal in mind. They're like, man, I'm not going to go today. I'm not going to go to tomorrow either. And then eventually it's out of their schedule and they, new year, new me, gone. That was the point of the video. I look a little yellow right now. The lighting looks a little weird. The damn sun hitting me. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go get another day knocked out. I'm ready for work tonight, bro. Hopefully they let me come in. I've been asking for overtime, getting 60 hours every single time. Surprisingly, they've been letting me come in. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't slow down anytime soon. I love you guys. If you're working or you're doing anything and you're pushing towards the goal, if you're not doing anything and you're just watching the video, keep going, bro. You know, life is hard already as it is. None of us asked to be here. Literally, none of us did. But if you're actually trying to do something and you're working towards goals and stuff, knowing there's no point to life, we all die the same exact way, some earlier than others, and you're still working, you know, give yourself a pat on the back because it feels good in our stomach, even if it doesn't mean anything, right? Even if you go through the worst time of your life or, you know, people die, you lose everything, the world's just going to keep spinning. It sucks, but that's just how it is. And I just feel good right now, bro. I had a good leg workout. I had a good day at work. I was working really hard, learning a lot, and it's radiating off the screen. You know, you guys are getting that right now. There's days where I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be like, man, I don't want to record. It's going to be 5-10 minutes, and you guys are just getting it day by day, and hopefully you guys are seeing the schedule, the 20-30 of you guys that are in here popping in and out. I love you guys. I really do. And we're going to grow, bro. We're going to grow. I seen the potential. Y'all seen it with New York and being on the TikTok live streams, hitting 1,000 on my 2 streams that I did. There's potential there, and I'm willing to take it slow because even in the comments, people have mentioned the Bible. They've said something about like anything that comes fast goes just as fast. Anything that takes forever and takes its time is God working his ways through you and showing you things that you don't even understand about yourself, and he's just preparing you, and that lasts a lot longer, you know, because it's taking a lot longer. You know the risk, you know everything, and it's just foundation. That's what these videos are. So I'm willing to take the longer route, get the more expensive stuff that I'm going to be appreciative of, you know, my PC parts. I'm going to pre-build it. You know, I'm iffy about pre-building or not, but there's just a lot. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood, and it's all thanks to God, okay? That's who I think, you know, and I said it before, I don't want to push it on you guys, but we are going to get into the Bible eventually, and me reading it and like, you know, because there's some parts in the Bible where I'm like, hold on, wait, what's going on here? You talking about murdering the children. Am I reading that right, God? I look up, no response, keep reading. You know what I mean? But like, I just want to make things, I want you guys to see my life before we fully start taking off and the gears start turning, you know, because that's the goal. That's the goal. If it doesn't happen, then you guys are just going to see me work and become a 40-year-old man who advanced in a company that could shut down 20 years from now, and then I'm off looking for another job, working at Sheetz again or McDonald's, talking about how I never chased my dreams. But it's going to be on video. You know what I mean? That's all that matters. Take it day by day. Take small steps. Keep growing. You know, have goals. Work towards those goals. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. But as long as you keep working towards the goal, you're going to be all right. And, you know, if you take anything away from this video from these videos is that life is hard. And as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you're going to be all right. All right. And I'm going to show you that hopefully with it going the way that I wanted to go. All right. I've talked for 34 minutes. Holy. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night. I'm going to go get something to eat, get ready for bed. Love you guys. I really do love you guys. I really, really do love you guys. If you got your headphones in, mwah. Love you. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.